Hiya, and welcome back to Nekojishi. I can't think of anything to say before we get started, so let's just hop right in. Hang on, let me see if I can skip. Yep. Okay, who can help us find Senpai? Right off the bat. I sit at my desk trying to study, but all I can think about is Senpai's disappearance. Unable to do any work, I resort to distracting myself with social media. Leo, are you still troubling yourself over that kitten? Yeah, of course. He just disappeared, like he wasn't here at all. I would prefer that you just forget about him, but that would be too much to ask. I mean, it's not like I ever wished for him to leave, but I never wanted it like this. What if something bad happened? I don't believe it's something bad. Someone... Oh, fuck. Move that. If something bad happened, I don't believe it's something bad. He's somewhat of a guardian tiger after all. Yaoguai wouldn't harm him, and most people cannot even see or touch him unless he's possessing a body. Then where is he? Why hasn't he said anything? I don't know, and I care even less. I have no doubts that he's fine. Can you guarantee that? Well, there are no guarantees in this world. If you really do care so much, I suppose I can help you look for him, if that's really what you wish. How? Usually I would inquire with the clairvoyant and the clairaudience for help on the matter, but we are too far from home. Perhaps we can reach them from a temple here in Taipei. Temples? There should be plenty of Mazu temples in Taipei, right? Even if the temples are of the same religion, each one may house different gods. You could say it's something like a department store. Set departments but a wide variety of products in each one. It would be strange to bother an unfamiliar god with such a trifling matter. Although even a non-Mazu temple could have a guardian tiger or two. Such as the temple of the Taipei's highest city god. It would not be hard to ask a guardian tiger there for assistance. So we should go to the temple of Taipei's highest god? Yes. Most of us guardian tigers get along quite well. Thankfully, there are many temples with similar beliefs. So you won't ask a clairaudience. As you know, I still cannot travel far from my statue, in which case I would need to ask them to contact said temple for me. So basically, you'll ask clairvoyant and clairaudience to go ask a guardian tiger at that temple for help? Yes. It'd be like asking a friend of a friend to go ask their friend. Would they be fine with that? It's either this or going around and putting up missing persons posters and handing out leaflets. And I doubt the effort would be worth it. Yeah, if we tried that, people would just start spreading rumors about him. As you see, getting the gods involved is much more effective. I guess you're right. Should we have Tiger ask the other gods for help? really don't have another choice. It's a better plan than what I could manage, and if something really did happen, sitting around isn't going to help anything. Alright, let's ask them. Then I shall head up to the roof. This may take some time, Liao. Please go back to your books. Alright. Tiger stands up and proceeds to walk upward, as if taking a flight of invisible stairs straight through the ceiling and up to the roof. I know he's a spirit, but I still never get used to seeing things like this. A little shocked, I try to focus my mind again and get back to studying. Liao is upset? Yeah. Even Leopard can see how nervous I am, but I promised Tiger I'd try and study. I have to stay focused. I flip through one of my textbooks. Okay, so what chapter here do I actually need to know for the test? My dog's trying to get in here. I'm gonna let him in real quick. Never mind, he let himself in. It's been a while since Tiger left. Looking out the window, I see the night sky beginning to fall over the bright city lights. The blue hue of day fading into the purple of night. He's still not back. He just went up to the roof, didn't he? How long could it take to speak to the clairaudience? My stomach rumbles. I've been too worried to remember to eat. I guess whatever Tiger's been doing, he'd probably be happy if I gave him an offering for dinner to replenish his chi. Okay, so dinner plan. Get 2 meals. One for him and one for Leopard. Leopard, can you please go up to the roof and ask Tiger what he'd like for dinner? Yes. It took just a moment before both of them returned. I don't require any dinner tonight, Liao. Besides, I must take my leave for now. Huh? Where are you going? I requested Clairvoyant to come pick me up and take me to a temple in Taipei. A place far from your statue? Yes, that is why I require some help from Clairvoyant. Luckily, the spiritual connections are very strong here in Taipei. That's more important to us than physical distances. I see. Huh. So there really is a way he can leave his statue, though it doesn't sound like it's easy to go anywhere far. I guess this would be the first time he's left my side since coming here. I likely won't come home tonight. It's worthwhile to ask the nocturnal Yaoguai about her kitten after all. Please be sure to stay safe. Safe? If anything happens, you must place your hand on my statue and pray. I'll feel it. Also, don't let the aborigine do anything while I'm gone. I won't. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Now, Liao, I'm only doing this so you can forget about that kitten and focus on studying. Be sure to be studying when I get home, alright? Okay, I got it. Then I'll be off. He pets my head softly before heading back up through the ceiling. Seeing him leave like that, I don't know why, but my heart hurts. Do you want any dinner? Okay. As such, we left my room to go get some. A dinner for just me and Leopard. After dinner, I focus back to my studies. With Tiger out to look for Senpai, I at least feel like I didn't need to worry. I actually managed to cover a lot of material. If I could do this every day, I'd be ready for the exams in no time. I kept reading, revising, and making notes until it was time for bed. I have a shower, get out, and turn off the lights in my apartment, ready to go to sleep. Walking over to my bed, I tuck myself in under my sheets. It feels odd to not have Senpai bundled up next to me. With nothing to draw my attention, I glance about my room. Like usual, I find Leopard curled up on my desk. I might as well ask. Well, Okay, should we invite Leopard to bed with us? Mr. Leopard? Since we're the only ones here, you're free to take Senpai's futon to sleep on. It's better than the desk. How about it? No need. No need, but I used to it. Used to it. Sleeping on the table? I used to it. But it looks really cramped. I don't mind. I see. Thank you. I sleep desk. Oh, okay. Good night. Good night. He stoutly refuses my offer, curls up, and closes his eyes. It's not worth pressuring him anymore. Closing my eyes, I'm left with my worries for a while before finally falling asleep. The next morning, I go out to get breakfast. I come home to find Tiger waiting for me. Liao. Tiger, you're back! Very much so. It was an exhausting task, but I'm back. It's like this. Most likely that kitten is currently visiting the hometown of the human he's possessing. His hometown? Yes. Even Clairvoyant wasn't able to find his footprints. It appears the house he's residing in has a strong barrier. I was unable to locate a way to see inside or hear anything. What? What do you mean there's a barrier? I cannot tell you. I queried everyone I saw, but I couldn't find much of anything. Eventually, I did find a witness, but all they could tell me is that he went inside a mansion in Keelung. Leah, can you think of anything odd surrounding his situation at home? No, he never told me anything about it. I don't think he was on really good terms with his family, though. But a mansion? I always figured Senpai's family would be pretty normal. It's not like he eats and dresses like he's wealthy. Even then, why would they need a barrier? There are many possibilities as to why a barrier could be present. Mayhaps due to a powerful person living there, a god, or even a Yaogwai guarding the premise. If it were not his home, I would doubt that he would go there. I just don't know. Why wouldn't we be able to contact him at all if he was just at home? Who could say? As far as I've gathered, he went in there himself. He wasn't kidnapped or anything. But then, why won't he answer my phone calls? He hasn't said anything, and he told me he was going to come back. Could his family have found out that Senpai was being possessed by a guardian tiger? Even so, it's his own problem. Don't be like that. It could be really bad. Their property does have a barrier, so it's not too much of a leap to assume that his family might be able to force him out of Yan Shuqi's body. If that were to occur, Yan Shuqi probably would not... If that were to occur, Yan Shuqi would probably not come back here. That doesn't change the fact that he's my senpai. Even if he returned to his old self, he'd call me back. Whatever the reason is, it's not a problem. He's in his home. Even if the kitten is forced out of that body, he's still not in any danger. As such, there's no need for you to worry. But this is also weird. We just need to wait for the kitten to come calling. If he's driven out, people wouldn't kill a guardian tiger. Now that that's done with, all that's important is focusing on your studies. Should we go find Senpai? We have to make sure he's okay. But I know, you can never really let something go until you see it with your own eyes. Sorry. As I said, that place has a barrier. If you really must, I suggest you just call them. On the phone? Yes, call the house. Isn't that just a bit forward of me? What else do you propose? Knocking on their door? I guess not, but I thought a bus ride to Keelung would be fairly out of the way from here. What if Senpai needs help? Help with what? I don't see a mischievous kitten like him falling into any traps. Even if family did find him out, they'd most likely just force him to leave. After all, they wouldn't kill a guardian tiger. If that happened, the real Senpai would still call me back. Didn't he say his powers were fading? What if they ran out? I look towards my bookshelf. A single tongue flower floats on a plate of water. I have to make sure he's okay. If there is nothing to be done to stop you, then at least allow me to accompany you. Yeah, of course. Leopard, you should come as well. Would you not worry about Liao's safety? I do. Then if we must go, we should hurry. Let's go! Tiger pats me on the back as I put a statue in my bag, take my phone, and set off out the door. Following Tiger's directions, we arrive at a park near Senpai's house in Keelung. Okay, Liao, please wait for us here. Huh? Wait for you? Am I not allowed to come? What, will you charge right into his house? At the very least, it's rude, and it could even be dangerous. Honestly, we can handle this. But I... You yourself are unable to fight. I couldn't just let you waltz in there. Now that you have brought my statue here, you may leave the rest up to us. As much as it troubles me, this is what we must do. Leopard, you have the ability to make things levitate, correct? Yes. Then would you be able to levitate my statue into the mansion? Yes. This should do. Tiger turns back to face me. Liao, I know how much you worry about others, but I also worry about you. That place may be dangerous, so please, help us by waiting here. Alright? But, no matter what, I won't let you put yourself in danger. You are close enough as it stands. Now then, Leopard, let's proceed. Yes. But... Suddenly the guardian tiger statue is floating in front of me. I didn't even realize my backpack was open. That's too obvious. Leopard, please levitate it closer to the ground. Okay. Everything was out of my hands as I stood there in the park, waiting nervously for Tiger to set his plan in motion. So they didn't really need me after all. I mean, at least I had to bring Tiger's statue. There's no way that Leopard could have brought it all the way here. Maybe I should go find a hiding place? I'm pretty close to his house after all. How dangerous could it be to waltz up to Senpai's house anyway? Considering how weak I am, I wouldn't place any bets on it. I wish I wasn't just a normal person, that I could be stronger somehow. Hey kiddo, what you doing out here? Huh? Ragu, what are you doing out here? I came to see you, kiddo. See me? Didn't you know? The rumors about you going to save your boyfriend are spreading like wildfire. Save my boyfriend? That's not how it is. Didn't you ask your family's guardian tiger to go find that boyfriend of yours? He used a bunch of contacts and resources to make it happen. It'd be hard for word not to get out. And now he's charging in there to rescue the one you care about so much. You can't expect me to believe he's just a normal friend of yours. Now can you? But I was just worried about Senpai. No matter what you say, kiddo, everyone already thinks he's your boyfriend. But he's not. I got it. That other boyfriend of yours thought you might get bored of your own, so he asked me to come wait with you. Other boyfriend? Yep, they cared so much about you that they were willing to call in a mountain of favors just for you. If that's not dedication of a boyfriend, I don't know what is. Now you're just trying to rile me up. Well, if they aren't your boyfriend, what are they? Your obedient dog? That's just disrespectful. Please stop talking already. Don't be like that. He asked me to look after you. I couldn't possibly do so without talking to you. Can you look at me without talking? Well, that's not my idea of looking after someone, but yeah, sure. I'll keep silent if that's what you want, kiddo. Whatever. Annoyed, I decide to go sit down somewhere in the park and watch Ragu, who just stands before me absent-mindedly entertaining himself. After a while, the silence gets to me and I just end up bored out of my mind. He's not that bad. I should at least try to talk to him. Eventually, I muster up the courage to start speaking to him again. As much as Ragu likes to tease me, he's a really great guy. Once we started talking again, it feels like the next 2 hours pass in an instant. Oh, hey, look. My gaze is drawn to the far corner of the park where I see none other than Senpai himself come out from behind the bushes. Hey, Liao! Senpai! Liao, long time no see. Senpai runs over to me. Since Ragu's watching, I hold him back from pouncing onto me, as much as I didn't want to. Senpai, what happened to you? I've been trying to call you for days. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't think things would end up like this. At first, I just came around to grab some stuff, but my family ended up keeping me locked up because of, well, our thing. They don't accept that I'm gay. I've tried to object, but no matter what, after college, I'm going to marry whoever they arrange for me. Somehow, they heard about us. They're trying to force me to cut off all ties to you. So it's all because of me? No. It's not you. It's because of me. It's my fault for letting the rumors spread about us at dance club. I never thought my family would react like this. They took both my phone and my computer, so I really couldn't get in touch with you. I'm so sorry. No, it's not your fault. You shouldn't blame yourself. Anyway, thank you, Liao. You even came so far just to find me. Well, I just waited around. It was really Tiger who went through all the trouble to find you. Okay, you two little lovebirds. Sorry to cut out on your reunion, but now that you're all together again, it's time for me to take my leave. We're not together. You're great, kiddo. See you another time. Oh yeah, see ya. Well, thank you. Once again, Ragu disappears with a bout of laughter and a hearty smile, fading away without a trace. I'm so happy Liao came to help me. But of course, I also have Kulao and the old man to thank. They did make it possible for me to sneak out after all. But honestly, I was fine. I've just been grounded for a few days. I'm kind of worried how extreme your family is about grounding you, though. Right, huh. There's not really anything I can do to fight back about it. I'm glad you came over to see me, but I still need to go back before they notice I'm gone, though. Couldn't you just run away? That'd be like cutting off all ties and burning my bridges with them. But because of this, Senpai goes silent, as if hesitating to finish what he wants to say. What's wrong? Liao, if I told you... What? I have to go back later, but before then, could we have a date? Now? The tiger's not even back yet. We don't have much time before I have to go back. Please, Liao. Should we go on a date with Senpai? I'll be happy to stay with you for a little while before you go back. Thank you, Liao. Let's not waste a single second. Senpai takes hold of my hand, dragging me away from the park with him. Senpai, where are we going? There's this nice place that's not far from here. I've always wanted to show it to you. Really? I thought shopping was the only thing you cared about. As much as I like shopping, that's not what I want right now. I want to take you somewhere special. I guess you're right. Senpai tightens his hand around mine as he leads me away from the main streets and down some small village paths. He's skipping along, humming to himself, brimming with joy, clearly loving every minute of us being together. It's hard to imagine he's been held like a prisoner in his own home. Falling into my world. Seeing Senpai so happy, I can't help but smile. Whenever we're together, it's always been somewhere busy, full of other people. But here, walking hand in hand down this quiet road, it feels so nice just to be with him. My thoughts dilute away as a light patter of rain, cool rain hits my skin. God damn it. Oh, it's starting to rain. Should we find something to stand under? Come on, it's just a drizzle. Let's keep going. He wasn't fazed in the slightest. It was a very light rain, actually more of a wet fog, covering everything around us in gray. Sometimes it's kind of nice to just walk around in the rain. You really can't feel the cold, can you, Senpai? You're not even wearing a jacket. There's no way I could catch a cold. After all, I get all warm when I'm around you, Liao. Really? I have nothing to do with that. I knew he was just joking around, but I still felt embarrassed. Really, what I meant was that when I'm with you, I'm too happy to get sick. Something wrong? Being happy doesn't stop you from catching a cold. Happy people live healthy lives. Honestly, I have to apologize about all this. You mean me coming to see you? You don't need to. Tiger and Leopard were the ones that did all the work, not me. You're the one who brought them here. You're the one who asked them to help me escape. And even if just for a little while, you're the one who let me spend this time together with you. I really am very sorry. Senpai, you don't need to feel sorry. You can come back soon, right? I can come back after the holidays, but it's already... Huh? Never mind. Let's go over there. I'll tell you in a bit. Without saying another word, Senpai runs off down some street. I follow him, trying to catch up. Liao, look! Hey, watch out! What? God... Ugh. Oops, it happened again. Yeah, we already went through all that. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna hide this and see what all is there. Okay. Let's do this all again. Just get back to exactly where we were. Tiger told me to wait here, and even asked Ragu to keep an eye on me. I can't just run off. What? We'll be back before they even know we're gone. But how will we know when they'll get back? And since you're out here, they shouldn't be too far off. Then we can grab lunch together. What? That's not romantic at all. It's so hard to just spend time with Leo. I might never have another chance again. Senpai, I'm sorry. If you're sorry, why not take me out on a date? Please? But I hesitate for just a moment, trying to find a way out of this before seeing a certain tiger appear from around the corner. Yes, I wave to him eagerly. Leo, now you know you're waving at thin air, right? Oh, right. I stop waving, thankfully changing the conversation. Soon enough, both Tiger and Leopard have walked over to us, Tiger's statue not too far behind. What a hassle. Must your family employ such violent Yaogwai? If it were not for Leopard, very strong. Hey, sorry about all that. They're just really doing their jobs as guardians. Can't you have them heal? You know I have to pretend they're not there as it is. It's not like I'd be able to control them either way. Sorry for all the trouble. For Liao. Yes, for Liao. Not you, kitten. I know. It's not like I asked you to come. Any words of praise? Thank you, even? Really? Commoners such as yourselves are in no position to request my praise. Such arrogance. Don't act like a spoiled princess rescued from her oh-so-terrible castle. Well, you know my family's rich now, so please just play along. Senpai, you're gonna go back, right? I can't stay out too long. My family will just notice I'm gone and get mad. It's not like I could just run off forever. How long can you stay out? Senpai glances between Tiger and Leopard. I guess if I can't have a date with Liao, I might as well just head back now. Right now? Yup, I'm happy enough just to see you for a moment, to know you care. Really, thank you all for coming to look for me. Thank you, Kulao, and you too, old man. I never said I did it for your benefit. You're welcome. Well, see you guys later. I'm grounded right now, but they'll totally have to let me go back to school. Yep. Meaning, I get to see you guys after the end of summer vacation. Please look forward to it. Senpai, I will. Goodbye. In the end, it was kind of bittersweet to see him leave. Senpai waved back enthusiastically, practically jumping while doing so. I watched carefully from the second he turns around to the moment his tail disappears from my sight. Then he's gone. I guess it's time for us to head home. Liao, as much as I wish for you to focus on your studies, do you not think it's time to tidy up your room? Oh, we've already done this. We could probably do with packing away the folding table as well while the kitten is away. I don't see you making use of it, and it just takes up space. But Senpai kept all of his things on that table. Somehow, I feel that he really won't come back if I just put it all away. Should we put away the folding table? Let's not put it away. I'd rather not. What if Senpai comes home just to see his desk and all his stuff packed away? If that kitten feels upset about such a trivial matter, I'll be speechless. I glance at the folding table. It does take up quite some space, or I wouldn't have bought it at the first place. However, it's not really in my way. I'm not putting it away. Although I decide not to put it away, I make sure to wipe it clean with a cloth and tidy Senpai's stuff. Then I finish thoroughly cleaning up the rest of my apartment. Once I get into it, I start to find it a nice break from studying all day. Some rest for my tired mind. Not bad. I'm actually all pumped up and energized from all this cleaning. Right? Now clean up your room more often, yes? Well, did I say I was pumped up? I meant tired. I'm exhausted. Okay, maybe it does feel good to get everything nice and clean, but I really can't see myself doing this all the time. I'm under more stress than it is usually or expected of someone pre-midterms. You must. A clean and tidy environment is very important for your physical and mental health. Instead of seeing you run yourself down and get sick, I'd rather you take care of yourself. In short, I'll be reminding you to clean your room from now on. Understand? Aww. It's not like I won't clean everything up eventually, but I really don't want to have someone force it upon me every day. It'd just kill my motivation. Liao's tired. I help. No need. Thank you for the offer. Wouldn't Leopard just end up using his spirit powers to help? He'd just be exhausted. Not to mention, if he went out on the balcony and started cleaning up, people would be scared to death seeing a floating broom or whatever, so really, it's best that he doesn't help. But it's so nice of him to offer. I'm really grateful. As heartwarming as his offer is, I have to decline. It was the last night of the Qingming holidays when Senpai finally returns to visit me. Senpai, you're back. How are you? Did your family hurt? No. No matter what, they're my family. I may have overstepped my bounds with them, but they won't hurt me. It's just... Should we talk about Senpai with... Yeah. Hey, Tiger. I know what you want to say. He wishes everything works out in the end. Sure, that's true. But he's only leaving because of his family. He's not leaving because he wants to. Should we really let him go like this? What would you want? Beg his family to have him stay? I hardly think they care. That would only make things worse. That's right. How can you stop him? This is a problem for his family to deal with by themselves. Even magistrates find it hard to resolve such quarrels. The same goes for gods. It is beyond even the powers of the goddess Mazu to solve. You're better off leaving it be. It's just hard to accept. You were the one who wanted him to leave to begin with. I changed my mind. It's not like I wanted him to leave like this. Then what did you want? Happily have him around even though you know you can't promise to go to Meowly with him? Right now you are ruled by the passions of your heart. But then what? This may as well be the best opportunity to say no to him. If you feel guilty about it, just imagine that I kicked him out. Wouldn't that be fine with you? You have nothing to do with it. That's why I said to imagine. I'm asking you to let him go. If you regret this decision, you are free to blame everything on me. Understand? How could I do that? Liao, do you know how painful it is to see you be so indecisive? I know. That's good. Well, if there's anything you wish to say, you can tell him tomorrow in person. Yeah. I head to bed, nestle myself into a ball under the quilt, and close my eyes. It's early and I can't sleep, but I feel like it's the only thing I can do right now. Enveloped in warm blankets with nothing else to do but just lie here by myself. I can't help but think what would have happened if I just asked Senpai to leave straight off the bat. I would have avoided so much trouble for the both of us. But after all the time we've spent together, can I really just say I want to throw it all away? That I would have been better off if he didn't become a part of my life? The holidays are over and midterm exams are about to start. We're not going to ask him to cheat. I can't. Sucks, but I have to continue on. I need to have the conviction to do this test. I can do it! The bell rings for the end of the exams as I more or less finish off the last section of the paper. I had to skip a bunch, but I'm confident in at least half of them. I should pass. The rest right now is in the hands of fate. I pray to Emperor Wen Cheng before packing up my stationery and leaving. After another day of exams, we decide to go to the cafeteria for dinner like usual. Ah, Tian Liao, it's been a while. Oh, it's Randolph. You come to speak with one of the professors again? Oh yeah, what? He sure does love our camp. Yeah, we already did this. Yeah. Aw. Sorry, Senpai, I'd rather not. What, you're turning me down? It's not like that. I'm really happy that you would want to go on a date with me. It's just that you're a really good friend of mine, Senpai. I don't want that to change because we're dating. What about a date between two good friends? It's as if it's as friends, then it's not a date. How about just spending time hanging out? That's better, but wouldn't you just think of it as a date anyway? Still no? Senpai, I like being able to spend time with you. Going to school, eating dinner, but dating is something completely different. If I agreed to help you in Miali, what point would there be in dating Shuchi? So, you'd agree to go to Miali as my friend? That's another question. Just say it. I want to know. Fine. As I said, let's not rush it. If Liao doesn't want it now, I can wait. There's no point in me staying here. Eating dinner and just pretending nothing happened. I'll be heading off now. Alrighty, Liao. See you on Monday. Wait, Senpai. Senpai bolts away as fast as the wind can take him. We should eat together. Regardless, he wouldn't have stayed after being turned down. He said as much. Sorry. I apologize, knowing full well Senpai can't hear me and never will. Lost, I shuffle into the cafeteria and take a seat. Every Sunday, our club holds self-practice. Not many people turned up this week due to midterms. At least it's a great way to relax for the people who finished early, which is why I decided to come today. However, I didn't expect to see Senpai here. After yesterday, things were a bit awkward, but we somewhat managed to say hi. The club leader starts to go over the dance we're doing for our next show. I do my best to learn it, but I doubt I'll end up performing on stage. I already did all this. Tiger's the only one here, so he sleeps with me tonight. It's my first time sleeping with Tiger. I'm a little bit nervous after all. He's massive. He basically takes up the whole single bed. There's nowhere left for me to sleep. We adjust again and again, but no matter what, I always find myself in his arms. I'm a bit shy, but Tiger's arms embrace me from behind, as if he were hugging me tight, protecting me from danger. It feels really nice. On Monday, college resumes like normal. All in all, it was just a normal day, until Leopard made a surprise visit as I left my afternoon set lesson. At this point, it's safe to assume he has memorized my timetable. Leopard, I was worried you wouldn't come back. I'm so glad. I return. Apologize to Liao. Apologize? It's fine. Really, there's nothing you should feel sorry for. I accept your apology. To be sure, I wasn't mad at you in the least. Must still apologize. It's fine. Liao, no class. Come with me? Yeah, sure. Is something wrong? Apologize. I think he wants to make it up to me. Alright then, I'll spend more time with him. That Hino should be able to buy us some time. However, I don't think it will be very long. Can't he stop Leopard? The 12 subordinates are by no means a battle-ready group, although with the aid of all 12 divisions, they might be able to defeat him. Will he be alright? Will Leopard? I wouldn't know for sure, but what I do know is that the subordinates are not easy targets. They would not die even if he defeated them. I also spread my chi off in different directions on my way back to confuse him. Hopefully it will provide us more time. Now, I am no match for him, so we must decide what to do next. What can we do? I wish to wait longer before mentioning this, but we are out of time. Yeah, you are aware that a Jitong can summon a god to possess his body, correct? Yeah, so you're asking me to let you possess my body? Summoning a god to possess your body is not quite that simple. It requires the Guardian Tiger and Jitong in question to be very familiar with each other. The Jitong needs to be willing to entrust his body to the Guardian Tiger's care. Be certain that even for the Lin family, a Jitong can only be possessed by one Guardian Tiger in his lifetime. And well, I don't believe we are familiar to that level. It has merely been a month since you could see me, even if I've known you from a very young age. So it won't work? Then why did you get my hopes up? We might still accomplish it. How so? A way to help us understand each other, otherwise put, to help you feel comfortable to have me possess you. That's a bit ambiguous. What does he mean to do? So right now, how does possessing me help us? If I could possess your body, my spirit power would protect you directly. Because his form is purely spiritual, Leopard would be unable to harm you no matter what. So I'll be shrouded by Tiger's spirit power? It sounds like that would keep me safe, but would Leopard really give up just because of that? Through your body, my spirit power can influence objects effortlessly. Although that Leopard's power may be stronger, this distinction means we'll defeat him easily. I see. How should we do this? You must trust me, to the degree that you feel comfortable to give your body to me. Give my body to you? Oh, that's... Even after he said it, I didn't really understand what it meant. What would giving him my body feel like? Do I have to think about how much I trust him? Do I actually trust him enough? I at least think I trust Tiger a lot. I'd feel safe to have my life in his hands, but I think about everything I've done with him over the past month. I guess you could say we're close, that we're even beyond friends, but is that really enough? So you don't think I trust you enough? Let me put it another way. Your mind may trust me, but does that mean your body does? It is closer to intuition than thought. Then what should I do? From the sounds of it, he's probably got a pretty good idea of things. I shall begin. Firstly, you must get used to my form contacting your body. Alas, if I knew it would come to this, I would have done other things to, well, prepare you. As such, we are short on time. Liao, come forth. Tiger beckons me with open arms. So basically, you want me to hug you? It may not be enough, but it's a start. Feels like he's setting me up for something, but this is my best option. I look up and see Tiger's muscled arms and thick-set body frozen with embarrassment. Liao? I lean into his arms, resting my head against his shoulder. Heat radiates from his body. Is it just because he's worked up from the fight, or maybe it's just me? Tiger runs his paw across the back of my neck, relaxing my nerves. It's so nice just to be here, sinking into his arms. I feel like I don't need to worry about anything, enveloped within his embrace. Will this be enough, though? Tiger's hugged me plenty of times. Liao, you getting used to it? I really like it, but don't we do this all the time? Yes. Shall I proceed further? Proceed further? What is he going to do next? My heart begins to thump against my chest. Yeah, go ahead. Tiger rests his paw against my shoulder, pushing my body backwards against my bed. My face lifts and my eyes meet directly with his. He leans forward and I tense up. And then, he gently places his forehead against mine. I'm a bit disappointed. That's it? Liao, you're a really good boy. What are you talking about? He presses his head against mine. His face is the only thing I can see, his eyes looking deeply into mine. His warm breath blows against my nose. I'm very glad to be the one by your side, to protect you from harm. You are a gentle boy, a bit timid and irresolute at times, but that's fine. I know you do not wish to go back home, but even against our pleas, you don't hate me or your older brother for it. You really are remarkable. I admire you for upholding your dreams. Admittedly, I still wish for you to go back home, but that isn't what matters. What matters is that, if possible, I would love to support you unconditionally. Tiger's words embarrass me. That just came out of nowhere. I don't really know what to say. Where are we talking about this? Is it not the time to reveal our hearts to each other? Reveal our hearts? Exactly, to express our feelings for one another. I have a moment of hesitation. Tiger needs me to trust him. Opening up to him should help, but if it's come to this, there's always been something I wanted to ask him. Is this the right time? I need to trust him now. What's the point if he can't answer this? Now's the time. Hey, I've been meaning to ask you something. Tiger, do you only care about me because I'm part of the Lin family? I mean, if I had nothing to do with the Lin family, would I even matter to you? Why do you ask? You and your spirit power is what makes it possible for me to talk to you, not your family. The Lin family is but a tie that connects my existence to yours. It has nothing to do with why I like you. After all, many guardian tigers don't actually get along with their Jitong. In fact, possession does not have much to do with the extent to which we like each other. Some Jitong are possessed by guardian tigers even though their good relations are merely a facade. That doesn't sound right. In the end, what matters is that your body is willing to entrust itself to me. Communication on the matter can do nothing but help. So what you're saying is, you don't need to like me because I'm a child of the Lin family? Of course, although as a child of the Lin family, it remains my duty to protect you. But it's not necessary for me to. For you to what? For me to think you are a good boy. A good boy. Do you really need to say it like that? No, it's because I like you, Liao. What? You're calling me a good boy because you like me? How else would I put it? You are a boy of the Lin family, and I like you, so you are a very good boy. Is that strange to you? No, it's just that wording. It would usually infer something else. How exactly do you like me? Is it because of my family, or is it that you like me as a person? I consider you a son of the Lin family that I like. My heart skips a beat. That means... Alas, it appears as though I must spell it out. This was not in my plans, but... What are you going on about? This. Tiger touches his lips to mine, pulling me into a deep kiss. My heart. We were so close there was no time for me to react. He pushes his tongue in. Tiger's tongue was long, thick, and rough, almost filling my whole mouth. Okay, wow. I hesitated, but I decided to go with it by trying to lick back. My attempts thwarted by the strength of his tongue pushing into the depths of my mouth. Okay. I quit resisting and resigned my body to him. His kissing reaches through me, stirring the lake that resides at the bottom of my heart. It's a subtle feeling of having your entire body in the hands of someone you care about that I can't help but relish. So you understand now? Kind of. Only kind of? Was it not clear enough? You made me go that far and still do not believe me. Has all your confidence in me left you? You concern me sometimes. I'm sorry that I make you worry. It seems as though you wish to make me say this. Liao, I like you a lot. I want to see you happy and I don't want to see you harmed. Which is why I want you to be mine, to not share you with anyone else. Was that clear enough? Yes. My face is burning. What's wrong with me? I asked for this. I don't know if it's enough to make you trust me, but I want to protect you with my own hands. These are my resolute desires. So Liao. Tiger grabs hold of my shoulders, his earnest eyes piercing straight through mine. Will you allow me to enter your body and protect you with my own hands? Enter my body. Why did he have to phrase it like that? Now I'm even more embarrassed. Absolutely. I'll try, even if I don't know if it will work. I want to try. It's fine. Even if it does not work, someone knocks on the door. It seems our time is up. I was about to suggest also seeking aid from the city god, but as he's already at the door, I don't think we can escape. So this is our last chance. I can't believe that leopard would want to hurt me. What other options do we have? I jump as another knock sounds through my room. If leopard really means to hurt me, would he really wait for me to open the door? Wishing in vain hope, I muster up the courage and open the door. Liao, I'm here. I need your power. What if I say no? I take by force. The guardian tiger can't defeat me. Oh, how prudent of you. I would very much like to see you try. Come on, this is what you wish to do. I really wanted to believe you knew better. But as I expected, you really are no good, Aborigine. It was my fault to allow you to stay by Liao's side. So now is my chance to correct my faults. You want to fight? It's you who is looking for a fight. I just want... Unfortunately, you won't succeed. Liao's under my protection. Leopard readies a battle stance, and Tiger reaches his paws out toward me. I grab Tiger's paws, and he holds me tightly in return. A stream of energy flows through from him into me, and all of a sudden, I'm holding nothing. All that is left is a warm steam rising from my palms. Tiger has vanished before my eyes, but I can feel his power. It's within me. My hands move by themselves. At first, I'm surprised by it, but Tiger prepared me for this, so I calm down. Soon enough, I notice my hands shaking, as if Tiger's power is unstable within me. Maybe he can't possess me if I resist his movements. My body is positioned into a combat stance. Oh, this is awesome. My back held low and my feet spaced apart, keeping a low center of gravity, my body coiled like a tiger ready to pounce. It's like I'm one with his movements, even if that feels a bit strange. Leopard looks bemused, launching a small flash of lightning as a test to see what's happened. Tiger doesn't even bother to dodge. The lightning hits my forehead in vain, causing me to blink but nothing more. Tiger's speech begins to resound in my voice. You should realize that you cannot win. Not now that Liao has let me within his body. Not now that our power can manifest physically. I try. Leopard steps forward, passing the threshold into my room, his paw raised in front of him. This time I recognize his movements clearly. Tiger lowers my body towards the floor, resting my weight upon my left hand, energy beginning to accumulate in my thighs. Blue bolts shoot from Leopard's paws. My body pounces into Leopard's attack, hand reaching out to try and grab his chest, but a sharp jolt pushes me away. I'm amazed. My body dashes towards Leopard once more as another volley of blue lightning shoots out at us. Determined to not make the same error again, Tiger turns my body to the side, moving me out of the line of fire and sweeping away at Leopard's paws. The sparks fizzle out as Leopard steps back, cradling one injured paw with the other. It's hard to tell how badly he's hurt. However, he does not retreat. Leopard spreads his arms. At first, a green aura accumulates, then beams shoot out from all directions. Tiger readies my body for another charge, but we soon find the green beams have become entwined around my body. Are these vines? Vines cover my body, binding my hands and feet. We can't move. The vines are only spiritual, merely illusory. So we can break free? That won't work. What can we do? Leopard struggles to hold his paws in the air, as if an invisible tug of war was waging between him and Tiger trying to break out of the spiritual vines. Damn, he's still so very powerful. Tiger's words from my mouth are harsh. Although I have no control over my own body, I can feel how tense it is. Neither the vines or Leopard give way despite our concerted effort. Tiger starts to roar under his breath. We're so close. We just need to break through. You catch together. Are we losing? Tiger and I are already... Isn't that enough? This can't be. There has to be a way. How can we defeat him? How can I strengthen Tiger's spirit power? I'm a G-Tong. I can't just leave everything to my guardian Tiger. I must do something. Tiger lets out an angry roar, but it doesn't faze Leopard at all. He slowly but steadily approaches, closing in on us, one step at a time. Bingo. I've got it. A name. I'll name him to increase his power. Tiger. Guardian Tiger. You are the guardian tiger of the Lin family, henceforth to be named Lin Hu. My heart races, beating itself into a tightly wound knot of nerves that I fight through with all my might. That is your wish to protect the members of the Lin family. Lin Hu. If that is so, then help me. Help me with all your might. Stop anyone who wishes to hurt me. Then, as you wish. A sharp bang resounds around me, and the lines binding us dissolve in a sputter of dim green light. Tiger didn't even move a muscle to break us free. He and I stand together, our gaze fixed on a bewildered Leopard. Leopard takes one step back, and a fast leap far down the corridor outside my room, retreating as his form dissolves into a black and yellow shadow, disappearing before our eyes. Tiger paces slowly up to the door and closes it. As soon as the handle clicks shut, I fall to the floor, finally a second to relax. Yeah, are you alright? Someone can be completely exhausted by the possession ritual. You don't feel well, you may take a rest. No, it's not like that. I don't feel unwell. My mind's just trying to process everything. After all, we just managed to drive off Leopard's attack, and I gave Tiger a name. Lin Hu? Tiger, The name I gave you, do you like it? Of course, I would say any name given to me by Leia would be wonderful, but Lin Hu, Tiger of the Lin family, simple and direct. I like it very much. It's something urgent I want to tell you. How so? I'm not really sure where to start. What is it? Are there still things you feel uncomfortable to talk to me about? Is it about that Leopard? Not really. I just wanted to ask about what happened earlier. Earlier? You know, what we did together. Tiger, no, Lin Hu. Did you mean it? Mean it? What do you mean by that? It's just, you said that you like me, and you kissed me. Are you saying you weren't serious about that? Well, of course I'm serious. It's just what? How to put this? Of course I like you, Liao, but I also feel that the urgency of the situation caused me to act recklessly. So, what are you saying? Just, I don't want you to think too much about it. What is too much? Let's not discuss anything else on the matter. It's my duty to protect you, no matter my feelings. I have to. You want me to just pretend nothing happened? No, I just didn't expect you to take it this seriously. How could I not take it seriously? I couldn't help but raise my voice. I didn't mean to yell at him. The cacophony of feelings have welled up within me. I couldn't help it, but why? Not so long ago, I felt like I never wanted to go with Tiger, no matter what. Liao, calm yourself. Sorry, I've been thinking. Tiger, you've taken care of me, been nice to me, and protected me, all because you wanted to possess my body, right? It's true that I wished to possess you, but that was all to contend with that clouded leopard. So if leopard never attacked us, you never would have kissed me? It's not like that. Lin Hu, let me be straight with you. Honestly, I think I've realized it now, how I feel. Maybe it's just an example of misattribution theory. Maybe I'm just too nervous, too scared to know how I really feel. It doesn't matter. Lin Hu, I'll ask again. Do you like me? Of course I don't care if you like me. I want to know if you like me. This isn't about my family. This is about me. So please, stop giving me the cold shoulder. That's all I ask. But Liao, so you don't care? No, Liao. I like you, Liao, and I understand where you're coming from, but I don't believe... Why not? Why can't I like God? You cannot. I'm not human. And as much as I know you like beastmen, you need a boyfriend. A real boyfriend. Someone who can take care of you when you fall ill. Go on dates with you. To take care of each other financially. Someone who can help you whenever you need. I know such a thing is hard. But no matter what, you cannot rely on a god who doesn't even have a physical form. What will we do if you became terribly ill? What to do if you run out of money? It cannot work. Won't you take care of me? Won't you bless me against sickness and poverty? As long as you're here with me, you said you'd protect me, didn't you? You can stop me from being sick, from becoming poor. So who cares? What's the difference between having you and having any other boyfriend? No, it isn't. I can only bless you. I cannot stop such things from happening completely. That is not how this world works. Then beg Goddess Mazu if you can't do it. Leo, don't mistake gods as omnipotent. Why not? You're my guardian tiger. You're supposed to protect me. Lin Hu walks up to me and wipes the tears from my face. Tears? How long have I been crying? Liao, nothing can change the reality that I'm not a real person. For your future, for the rest of your life. You deserve a real boyfriend, not a god. That would be too special. That's not what I want. I like you, Lin Hu. I like to have you by my side. I like it when you take care of me. I even like your big grumpy face. I know you'll be here with me because of this for the rest of my life. And I don't want our relationship to just stay how we are. I want you to hold me in your arms whenever I want. I want you to pat me and comfort me. I want to get more intimate with you, even if your form is only spiritual. It's still great, isn't it? I felt wonderful earlier. Could anyone else possibly be better for me than you? I even like beastmen. I don't see anything wrong with us. But why can't we... I'm sorry, Leo. I didn't see your heart before. We didn't have any options, but it's still my fault for making that request. I shouldn't become that intimate with you. Why? Don't you want to be with me? It's not that I don't want to, it doesn't matter. Liao, calm down, please. I'm very calm. Well, okay, I'm not calm, but just letting this go isn't going to make me feel any better. All I'd be is maybe a little less sad. Liao, even so, I want you to give it some time. That won't change how I feel. You're just worked up. Many things can Still what? What can I do? Just tell me. Liao, give it some time. I'll go back to my statue, and it would be better if we didn't see each other for the next few days. It will give us some time. But there's no need to fret. I'll be watching in case that leopard comes back to trouble us. Liao, please don't be too... Well, I'm going. Lin Hu disappears into a statue. I just stand there in my empty room, looking blankly at the air before me. There was nothing I could have said. When did everyone leave me? We're just going to leave off here tonight. My heart. My big gay heart. Anyways, I can't think of anything to say, so... Stay safe, have a good night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.